Well, the twists and turns of solving a Rubik's Cube became more popular in 2020 after the release of a Netflix documentary about the competitive cubers. And now an 11-year-old boy right here in Thunder Bay is putting up some impressive solve times and hoping to inspire more people to give it a try. Mitchell Ringos has more.
And this is Graham Bill. With over 1 trillion possibilities per cube, he can solve them in about 15 seconds.
And it didn't take too long for Graham to get this fast. After picking up the cube 2 summers ago, he has steadily raised his times to unthinkable speeds. Graham says even though it isn't as popular in Thunder Bay, he loves the sport and believes anyone can pick it up if they really put the time into studying the craft.
It's like reading a book. The cube notation, which is like R, L, U, D, F, back, it's all written on paper. So you can kind of just read it, and then once you do the algorithm over and over and over again, you memorize it.
And with such fast times, Graham wanted to test his skills competitively, so he made the trip down to Pickering with his dad, Stephen Bill, for his first World Cube Association event.
I asked him if he was nervous. He's like, "Yeah, I'm nervous." But then when it came time to compete, those nerves just seemed to fall by the wayside, and he performed really well under pressure. So it was kind of neat.
And compete he did, reaching the top 10% for average times in Canada, as he can currently solve a 2x2 cube in around 5 seconds, a 3x3 cube in 14 seconds, and a 4x4 cube in 1 minute and 30 seconds. And even though competing is a goal for Graham, he says he's taken a lot more than just fast times away from the sport.
How somebody would normally look at solving the cube, they solve one side, and solve another side, and solve another side. You have to solve it from the bottom layer, middle layer, top layer. So you solve it from the bottom up instead of just solving one side at a time. So that kind of makes me look at life differently.
With the WCA North America Championship announced for 2024, Graham says he has a lot of time to shave off if he wants to head down to Minneapolis and compete, but says in the meantime, he is looking to grow the sport locally by starting a speed cubing club right here in Thunder Bay. Mitchell Ringos, TBT News.